So up next, I think we have Andy. Thank you for joining.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? So I'm Andy Cook. I'm a volunteer and trustee of Prickly Pigs Hedgehog Rescue, and Project HEDGE is the output of our desire to track what happens to hedgehogs afterwards. So we're a small rescue with a big problem. Once a hedgehog leaves our care, we have almost no idea what happens next. Do they survive? Where did they go? Are they surviving, thriving, or struggling? So we created Project HEDGE, Hedgehog Electronic Data Gathering and Evaluation. Really just a fancy way of saying, let's build a reliable way to follow hedgehogs without disturbing them. We're very lucky that the BHPS funded a large portion of this scheme. I'd like to thank them for that at this moment. So our challenge across the UK, rescues, researchers and community groups all face the same barrier. Building a technology to study wildlife is expensive, time-consuming, and often requires skills that many groups simply just don't have access to. And hedgehog monitoring is especially tricky because the whole point is to do it passively for months at a time, and ideally without having anybody up at 2 a.m. checking batteries and fixing products that are out in the field. We wanted a solution that was affordable, repairable, and simple enough that any rescue in the country could use it. We started working with University of Leeds 4 years ago, and it became very clear that the time periods that students had to do their research was very short, and they didn't have the time to develop a product and do the research, and often we found the products failed, and we ended up with very poor research. So we set off building our own hardware using off-the-shelf parts, 3D printed and laser cut parts, and lots of Yorkshire stubbornness to develop a product that would reliably do what we needed it. Each Project HEDGE unit reads the hedgehog microchips automatically, records the date and the time that the hedgehog's been recorded, and it logs unchipped visitors via an onboard camera. It stores the data locally, uploads only when needed to save power. Most importantly, it's designed so it doesn't need an engineer or university lab to fix it. If parts fail, you swap it. If slugs eat your circuit board, yes, it happened, or shorted it out, then you can fix it just by swapping out and you keep on going. We're now roughly our 14th major design revision and finally reaching the point where we can deploy a whole network instead of just prototypes. Our single long-term test station that we deployed ran for 12 months, and we kept reiterating the revisions to that. Just from that one unit, we recorded 2,500 hedgehog visits from 26 different hedgehogs. We've been microchipping hedgehogs and releasing them for 5 years. So we have a good pool of over 300 or 400 hedgehogs out in the wild that might trigger the unit, all without any human sitting outside with a clipboard. We've even picked up behavioural patterns, short feeding stops, long lingering visits, seasonal changes, and the occasional cat photo bomb. And what we've done is we've proven that the technology worked. What we didn't want to do was deploy a product that we had to continually go back to update and improve. So the vision, Project HEDGE is a really good gadget. It's not just a gadget, it's a platform. It's a foundation for long-term hedgehog monitoring across the UK. Our goal is to create a national network of low maintenance monitoring stations, a shared databases that researchers can plug into, and a public GIS interface so communities can see real hedgehog activity. A system that rescues can host in gardens, parks, campuses in any way. We want researchers to focus on questions, not wiring diagrams, and rescues to focus on hedgehogs, not learning electronics. What we need our help with going forward is we're at a stage where we're looking for people to help with the GIS technology for the public interface, advice on citizen scientists to help with analysing the data, the photo data, and potentially open source AI developers who can help us explore lightweight models that can identify behaviour movement. And anybody building small mammal tech that this could be adapted to. Any questions?
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Andy. Yeah, Frank's got a question in the chat. He's asking if it can be used for other animals as well, please.
anything that can take a microchip RFID PID tag, this will work with. It has a reading range between 15 centimeters to 20 centimeters. And that's one of the largest problems, was finding a RFID reader that was that powerful.
Brilliant, thank you. And I guess one more, maybe more of a comment from me is thank you so much for doing your call to action and saying what you needed. I just wanted to check, have you posted about this on the open source group on Wild Labs already?
No, not as yet. This is my introduction to it.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, please do post, what you're looking for, this, support that you might need and any sort of guidance. And please post that on the open source group, in particular on Wild Labs. And just more generally explore that group as well to see if there's any other resource or information that could be helpful for you. I've seen another comment from Lindsay that has popped up in the chat. So I think, Andy, if you could just unshare your screen, then please go ahead and answer that comment in the chat. And thank you so much.